Welcome back. My name is Dave, and this is Macaro Siding, my Aunt's Carolina. Today we're continuing on with the building of the highways. So I'm just going to go scoot over there, and we'll get started right away. Okay, so the first thing I have to do here is pull all of the T-pins. And then the next step will be to sand all these joints smooth. And then after that, a coat of varathane. These T-pins are great for holding stuff down, especially if you got XPS foam as your, the insulation foam as a base. I've got cork and insulation foam. And it is easier to take these pins out with a pair of pliers than it is with your fingernails. You can easily break a fingernail. And some of them they got a little bit of glue on them, so they're stuck good and solid. Now what I've done here is I've done the highway all the way along the yard, and I've put a crossing at the other end of it, and I added in the road that goes to the cement plant. So we're definitely going to have enough road to paint for sure. Come on. Like I say, some of them got a little bit of glue on them and they're stuck in there tight. Now what I used for filling the gaps between the pieces of balsa is Glaze and spot putty. You could buy one of these big ones. You can buy one of these big ones for almost near the price of buying a Tamiya putty or something like that. I really like it. It's good, solid, strong stuff. So continue back here. I don't know, I'm still on camera. I want to get all of these pins off of here so I can sand the whole shoot match at once. Okay, now it's just the highway to the cement plant, and we'll be ready to sand. Doing it this way means that there won't be any seams on the highway. It'll be one continuous surface, which is why I do it this way, because I have tried in the past to do roads and I always end up with seams, and I'm always saying to myself, geez, that doesn't look very realistic to have a seam every foot or so. So almost done, people. Yeah, I know I'm definitely not on camera now. What do I got? About 6 or 7 more to go here. And I think this is the last one. Yes. Okay, so let's get to sanding. So what I'm going to use here for sanding is I'm going to use my DeWalt small sander. Makes it easier. And so how are we for battery? Oh, good enough. Just getting more sandpaper, that's all that was. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, this one's all choked up already. So that one comes off. This one goes on. There we go. So now we're just going to clean up all this dust. So I'm going to go get my my vacuum cleaner, and we'll clean up all the dust here. So just give me a second. Oh, he says this is right here. That's going to have to be redone now. And now we'll just take a rag and wipe them down. Just checking for smoothness here. And we'll just so the next step is to put varathane down. But I've got to fix one joint here first. Sorry about that, just have to empty the vacuum cleaner. Okay, so like I said, the next step. Yeah, I got my brush here, and I need that little pair of pliers I had before. Just opening the can of varathane right now. It's a brand new one. Stuff's not cheap. It was $32 for 946 milliliters, which I think is a pint. There we go. So, and I bought this at my local Canadian Tire store. This might not be the most riveting video watching me paint. I won't subject you to watching the paint dry, though. You can. We will be shutting off the cameras for that. I'm very pleased with the way this is turning out. I have some thoughts in my head to make some jigs to hold markers when I do the lines on the highway. It's either that or put a ruler down and use a ruler to mark the highway, but it doesn't help me on a corner. You know what? You can go down there. Ooh, let's not do that, David. I don't want to spit a whole $32 worth of varathane down onto the floor. So we're just painting along here. Just get the road to the cement plant done. I'm thinking of putting in a steel plant somewhere here. I've got some ideas for putting in a steel facility for. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna. I might. I'm not sure whether I'm going to put in rail access to it or not. I may just have it as part of the just a static thing on the layout itself with no rail service. So now I'm going to go back to the other end here, give this another coat. Oops, I got stuff on the floor I'm stepping on. I'm worried if I'm going to trip. Yeah, I just use these rubber sponge brushes to, because you could buy them dirt cheap at the dollar store and then you don't have to clean brushes. I will be using a real brush to paint the roads though, because I prefer to have that kind of control. And also I've got, the brush I brought is 2.5 inches wide, which is the width of the highway. So, now we let the paint dry. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of a snap-on lid. That's interesting. Okay. So, that's the coating of varathane going on there. I called my sander a DeWalt. It's not a DeWalt. It's a bright red Milwaukee Cordless. I'll put a link in the description for where you can get one. The next step is, next week will be a video on how I go about doing railway crossings. I've already shot it. I've got some work to do around it. I've got to do those. I've got 2 of those to do. I've done one. I'm going to have to do the other one, and then we'll get to paint. So we'll see how long the crossing video is before I decide whether we're going to include the paint next week or whether we're just going to do the crossing this week. So, as always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.